wife posted, "Don't let your husband stop you from finding your soulmate" on social media, so I made sure she'd never find one. After 6 years of marriage, my wife Amanda posted one of those inspirational quote graphics on Instagram. Beautiful sunset background with elegant script text that made my stomach drop. Don't let your husband stop you from finding your soulmate. I stared at my phone for a full minute. We'd been together since college, bought our first house together, talked about starting a family, and here she was announcing to 800 followers that I was apparently just an obstacle in her path to true love. I didn't even think. I just commented, "Good luck with that search." Then I changed my relationship status to single and tagged her parents and sister in the post. Her post vanished within minutes, but my phone exploded with confused messages from her family asking what was happening. When I got home, Amanda was pacing in our living room, eyes red from crying, but her expression pure fury. "You humiliated me," she hissed. "My entire family is blowing up my phone." "You humiliated yourself," I said. "What was I supposed to think when you told everyone I was blocking you from finding your soulmate?" "It was just an inspirational quote. It didn't mean anything personal. You told 800 people that your husband of 6 years isn't the love of your life. That I'm just some placeholder holding you back." When I told her I wanted her to move out, her whole demeanor shifted. The tears stopped instantly, replaced by this smug, calculated smile. "No," she said simply. "My name's on the mortgage. You can't just kick me out. I have rights here." She thought she could stay in our house while shopping for my replacement. The idea of her bringing other men into our home made something snap inside me. The next few days were absolute hell. She'd play music until 3 a.m., have her single girlfriends over constantly for loud strategy sessions about dating apps. When I complained, she'd remind me that it was her house too, and she could have whoever she wanted over. That's when I remembered our mortgage agreement. We bought the house with a co-ownership clause that required both parties to approve overnight guests. I pulled out our original paperwork and found a section about maintaining the property's intended use as a family residence. I called our mortgage company and explained that we'd separated, and my co-owner was having unauthorized overnight guests, potentially violating our occupancy terms. The representative took notes and said they'd send a formal notice requiring written approval for any guests staying more than 2 consecutive nights. When the official letter arrived, Amanda's confidence evaporated. "This is ridiculous," she fumed. "You can't control who I have over." "I'm not controlling anything," I said. "The mortgage company is. Either get written permission for your guests or risk defaulting on our loan." Her friend rotation stopped immediately, but Amanda wasn't done. She started claiming half of everything we'd accumulated during our marriage. She sent me a detailed list demanding our 75-inch TV, my gaming setup, and the espresso machine we'd bought for the kitchen, claiming they were joint purchases and she deserved her share. I had receipts for everything, including her text from when I bought the TV. "OMG, the screen is massive. Thanks for upgrading our movie nights, babe." While she was at work, my brother helped me move everything to a storage unit. I sent Amanda copies of all the purchase receipts and a note explaining the items were in secure storage until she found alternative housing. When she realized she had no leverage left, she went nuclear. She created a group chat with all her friends and started sharing carefully edited screenshots of our arguments. Messages where I said things like, "I'm not discussing this tonight," were presented as me being emotionally abusive and controlling. But I had something she didn't expect: her sister Katie. Katie had always been the reasonable one in the family, and she was getting suspicious about Amanda's victim narrative. I sent Katie the full conversation thread showing how Amanda had edited and cropped my responses to look bad. I also included a voice memo from one of Amanda's screaming fits where she threatened to destroy my reputation and make sure everyone knows what a monster you are. Katie called me that same evening. "I saw the real conversations," she said quietly. "This isn't the sister I thought I knew. I'm so sorry this is happening." 2 days later, Amanda's smear campaign stopped completely. Katie had apparently shown their parents the evidence, and they demanded Amanda stop posting about our marriage or face being cut off from family events. Within a week, Amanda had moved out. She left her key on the kitchen counter with a note. "I hope you're happy now." 4 months later, she was engaged to some guy she'd met on a dating app. The announcement was peak Amanda. Sometimes you have to let go of what's comfortable to find what's meant to be. They planned this elaborate engagement party at the Riverside Event Center, posting about their fairy tale romance and finding true love when you least expect it. But I knew Amanda's finances. She'd maxed out her credit cards during our separation and was living paycheck to paycheck. I remembered my connection with Sarah, the event coordinator at Riverside for my company's holiday parties. I found their payment policy online. 50% deposit required, with final balance due 2 weeks before the event or immediate cancellation. The night of their engagement party, I saw the chaos unfold through mutual friends' social media. Sarah had called Amanda that afternoon requesting the final $3,200 payment. Amanda thought her fiancé was handling it. He thought her parents were paying. Neither had the money. The whole thing collapsed at the venue. Her fiancé accused her of being a gold digger who'd lied about her finances. Amanda screamed back that he was broke and had misled her about his income. He left her standing in the parking lot in her white engagement dress while guests watched through the windows. The best part? Someone captured the whole meltdown on Instagram Live. Amanda's inspirational post about finding your soulmate became a brutal reality check about what happens when you trade love for fantasies. Meanwhile, I'm dating my neighbor's daughter Emma, who thinks my divorce story is hilarious and appreciates that I learned to spot red flags early. Sometimes the trash really does take itself out.